Hi, my name is Jennifer and I have an asymmetrical jaw. So last video I introduced myself, sort of gave you guys the breakdown of my situation, and I told you guys that July 1st I was going to have a consultation with my not my orthodontist, but an orthodontist. And today was that day and I had that consultation. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what she said and my next steps. So, first of all, I had a list of things that I was going to ask, but a lot of them she actually answered, and ones that I either didn't ask or she didn't answer, I asked. But the ones that I didn't ask, sorry, that did not make sense, but the ones that I didn't ask had more so to do with like further into the process, which we're not into, and I will explain why. So the first thing they did was they, obviously because of the whole corona thing, they took my temperature, but the first real bigger thing they did was they took 3D panoramic x-rays of my teeth and my mouth. They took physical photos, which I did not enjoy looking at, but they took a picture of me and they took a picture of me smiling, like full teeth. They took one where I had to like bite down and put my jaw on, and then they took a picture where it went like this. And then they had two machines that the thingy stuck in my ear and right here, and it went like this, and they did two of those. So then I got to look at those. They also did those things, I'm sure at some point everybody has had this done, like at the dentist, where they have those, I don't know what they're called, those things that make your teeth go like that, and then like the metal tongue depressor so they can like see your teeth. So they did all that, and then we went into the office and the actual orthodontist, because at this point, previously I was just dealing with her assistant, and now I got to meet the actual orthodontist, and she took a look at my jaw from like this point. So she's like right here, and she's looking at me, I guess, sort of upside down. And she was telling her assistant stuff, like I had different, like, it was specific technical information that I didn't necessarily understand. Like, she said the number 7 somewhere. But stuff about how I have, like, cross bites, over bites, whatnot. And, like, the physical differences in this side of my face to this side of my face. Then she got into all of the talks. Oh, but before that, sorry. She actually looked in my nose, so she was still here, and she was like, okay, now I'm gonna look in your nose. I know it's an odd request, but it'll make sense in a second, because I was confused too. She said that inside my nose, there's like a little bit of swelling. And she said something about like maybe allergies, and this was sort of new to me because I'm not allergic to anything. I'm not one of those who gets like seasonal allergies. I know that like a lot of people do, and I'm not allergic to any food or any like fabric, or I don't know what other people are allergic to. Like, that's how I'm not allergic to stuff. So she didn't get into what I'm allergic to, and I don't think just by looking in my nose could she tell what exactly I was allergic to, or maybe it's just an allergy. But anyway, she got into the whole technical talk, and why she looked at my nose was because the form that I filled out prior to going to the orthodontist, they asked me a lot of questions. They asked if I snored, which according to my boyfriend I do, and if I have a family history of sleep apnea. And I said I did because I know that when I shared a room with my grandma, that she had to use it's like a C or a T pad, some machine that you have to wear when you're sleeping, and it like makes some noise. And I'm assuming that's what it was for, even though I didn't really know what sleep apnea was. And it turns out I was right. And because my grandma has it, and because I don't know if my dad necessarily has it, but because she snores, because my dad snores, because I snore, that's one of the most common symptoms of having it or being prone to have it. And obviously genetically it would make sense that I would have it due to my older relatives. So I don't necessarily think she said I had it, but that I was prone to it. And then she asked if I had trouble sleeping or like having a good night's sleep, and I said yes, but I just kind of considered or figured that it was just because of stress, because of my bad eating habits, because of how much coffee I drink, even though coffee in itself to me doesn't like make me stay awake, but just, a lot of other factors. But I don't know. Hopefully if like all of this stuff is completed, maybe I will do a sleep update, and whether or not that solves my sleeping problems, that'd be great, because I'd love to sleep soundly. Anyway, so she said that is an important factor in all of this, and the way it is because when she was looking at my jaw, another thing that is common in my family is that we have small mouths. So when my dad was around, well, not my age, but like when he was a teenager and stuff, and he had to get braces, they also had to pull some of his teeth out, to make room for his other teeth to grow. But because they don't do that anymore, I couldn't have my teeth pulled out other than my wisdom teeth. So a lot of my teeth are like overlapping, which is part of the problem, and obviously why people get braces. But because my jaw was asymmetrical, I couldn't get braces. Anyway, she said they had to widen my upper jaw because my lower jaw seems like, I guess, about an okay size, which explains why more of my teeth on the top are overlapping and not as many on the bottom. She said I have to get like my upper jaw widened, which is, I'm assuming, sleep apnea surgery, because it will also expand the amount of air in my nose. And if I have whatever allergy, that could make it worse, because more stuff could get in my nose. So I have to do that. I have to speak with an allergy consultant or something, and I also have to do a sleep study, which I'm kind of nervous about because to me in my head, sleep study means I have to sleep while there are a bunch of cameras on me, and I feel like those would skew the results, because I'm not comfortable just sleeping anywhere, especially if I know that people are watching or will watch eventually. Anyway, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But going back to the surgery, which is the main thing, she said until I meet with all these people, because she wants me to have like a plan of like, and to meet everybody so that, you know, everybody can be on the same page and whatnot. Also, one more thing before I get into the main thing, the main surgery part, is she said that the oral surgeon that I'm going to see on July 7th is not a jaw surgeon. He does like other oral surgeries, which I was kind of confused as to why my dentist referred me to him, because I thought that was the point, that like the orthodontist and the jaw surgeon was going to work together, but she said that it was still good to meet him. I don't know what I'm going to ask him then, so if anybody actually watches this, I don't know, maybe help me out, maybe, please. But about the surgery, so one of the questions that she did already answer prior to me asking anything is that I would be having the braces in for around 2 years. It probably, I feel like, is gonna be more, but then I asked, like, are you gonna put the braces in after or before? Like, where do the braces come in during the surgery, or like when does the surgery happen in relation to the braces? And she said yes, they would go in about 6 to 9 months before the surgery, and then it would sort of aid the surgery to keep my mouth, like, to keep my teeth in place or wired shut or somehow, and then I would have them in 6 to 9 months after the surgery, and then they'd go on from there, which is interesting, I guess. I felt like it would have been longer than 18 months, but again, I feel like it will be. But other than that, she kind of answered everything. I just need to make a bunch of calls, make a bunch of appointments, figure out what I'm gonna say to the oral surgeon that isn't going to be able to help me. And yeah, that's where we're at so far. I did not know I had all of these other issues around this area, but I guess it's better to know now that I'm still young. Also, another thing she